In a world where people walk around in furry outfits and weep skipping schools because they have to watch that one last anime episode, a culture where we take advantage of the most popular trends, I can't imagine someone possibly creating a game where weebs can jam out to their favorite anime. Oh. Welcome to OS, a Japanese rhythm game on PC that makes action games like Call of Duty look like a child's alphabet learner. There are 4 official game modes. OS Standard, often just called OS. OS Taiko. OS Catch. And OS Mania. These are played with beat maps. Beat maps consist of 3 main items: hit circles, sliders, and spinners. These objects are arranged in different positions on the screen and in different points of time. The beat map is then played with accompanying music, simulating the sense of a rhythm as the player interacts with the objects to the beat of the music. Each beat map is accompanied by a background, which in some cases contains anime imagery. OS Standard, sometimes referred to as OS STD or OS, is the most played game mode and consists of playing beat maps by clicking circles, holding sliders, and rotating spinners. Other game mode modifiers, or often called mods, add additional gameplay features or change into the difficulty. For example, double time, hidden, flashlight, and hard rock. Some of the beat maps are made from the creators, however, there are far more made from the wider OS community. To download these maps, you can either go to the website and download the beat map, then drag it into the game, or if you support the game by donating, you can download beat maps straight from the game. The website also contains all the information about your profile, including rank score, hit accuracy, play count, and so much more. Overall, OS is a simple game that takes high mechanical skill to be good at, and the difficulty is endless with tons of replayability. Game classification and intended audience. Moving on to game classifications, and I've been looking all over the internet, and there doesn't seem to be an official game classification for OS. However, through my experiences of the game, the classifications would have to be G, depending on the sort of maps you download. The intended audience of the game are for those looking for a never-ending challenge, so mainly competitive people who wish to increase their aim and reaction time or just have a challenge. Cost and availability. The game is available in all countries and is completely free to play, although if you donate to the creators through their subscription, you will get a badge on your profile saying that you have donated. With this, you will also get faster download speeds and be able to browse maps in-game instead of having to go to your browser. Software used to create the game. OS was created by Dean Pepet Herbert with C#. It took him a staggering 3 days to create the basics of the game. After that, it took him a few more months to create all the visual and aesthetic features of OS. Hardware requirements. OS will require a Radeon 7000 64MB graphics card with a Pentium 3 or Duron 2 GHz processor to reach the recommended specs when playing at 1080p with an average of 200 FPS. You should also have at least 512MB of system memory. So basically what this means, unless your computer is incompatible with Windows XP, you should be fine. No complaining about your FPS this time. There are so many ways you can play this game. There are, but not limited to, keyboard tablet, keyboard mouse, mouse only, keyboard touchpad. The possibilities go on with how you can play this game. Basically, if something as an input to the computer, you can find some way to play with it. Although, the most common and probably best way to play is keyboard mouse or keyboard tablet. Health issues and strategies for improvement when playing the game. The only health problem that I've noticed comes from really long play sessions with very limited breaks, which makes the muscles of my forearm start to cramp up a bit. If you keep playing through the pain and cramped forearm, I suspect you could cause some muscular damage. The way to combat this is to thoroughly stretch your forearms and fingers daily, and do a little bit of stretching before playing sessions, and occasionally take short breaks and stretch out your forearm. Learning to stretch properly really improves the OSO experience, and it fixes most of the previous forearm issues and dramatically increases the mobility of the wrist. Security and data storage. Your profile is secure with an email and password. All your performance stats get updated on your profile if you have an internet connection. Every bitmap you download and all your scores are in the file on your computer. This file is easy to find. You go to the OS shortcut, right click, and go to folder. Social, ethical, and legal issues relating to OS. With the community basically able to make any bitmap with any MP4, there are some obvious cases of copyright. With the money that OSU gets from donators, they use it to purchase the correct licensing. On top of this, OSU is a heavily addictive game and can sometimes even impact people's lives, the amount they play it. If you can control it to a certain level, it will be fine. Where to find help when playing the game. There are many places you can find help playing OS. In the game itself, there are a lot of people giving tips to others and helping as many people as they can to get better at the game. This game isn't toxic like a few other games I know. Everyone is passionate and wants to see the community grow. Another place you can get help is by watching YouTube videos on how to improve your stamina and aim, or just even looking at other people's replays to practice how you read a map. Recommendations to improve the game. With OS, the skill is sort of like driving. Once you learn how to play the game, you won't really forget it. Some tips I would give you is to stick with the game. The hardest part about getting good is dedication. You won't get any good at the game in a day. It takes loads of time and practice. I find that I suddenly get better some days, and it keeps on improving the more you practice. Don't farm. Farming is basically the lowlifes of the game that only play the maps that are the most weighted so that they get the most performance points. Just have fun with the game. To finish up, OS is a fun game and the community accepts everyone. Weebs can get to jam out and competitive people can practice their aim. This game requires a lot of dedication, but after that jump, it gets a lot more fun.
Thank you for listening.
See you next time.